then let's play the game excluding Conor, because he has been the weak man to the table, and we also admit that should he come back, of course he gets it, and now we have no conversations. Let's take Conor out, and let's also assume that Ferg is going to be out, but let's respectfully admit that those are the two right guys. So let's take them out. Where do you go?
Honestly, I would say Eddie.
Yeah.
I'd say Eddie next.
Yeah, for multiple reasons, I would assume, because I would also say Eddie next. But one is he's got the paper behind him, right? He's got the resume. He's former world champion. He is now the most violent man in the UFC because he's a genius and named himself that.
and won it.
But we loved it. Yeah, and then he won it. He called his shot ahead of time and got it. He's got the look. He's got the fans. He's got the excitement. He's cutting the interviews. He's called himself the Kryptonite. He beat everybody else to it. And he's free. And generally, whoever fights last has a leg up on everybody else. But the one problem, I mean, let's look at Poirier and Gaethje. Killer fight, by the way. Let's look at those two studs. They can't really start talking trash about Khabib in title fights because Poirier, everything that comes out of his mouth's got to be Gaethje, and everything that comes out of Gaethje's mouth has to be Poirier until that dispute is settled, which leaves you at Kevin Lee and Barboza. Very similar spot, which leads you with Eddie Alvarez. What a difference a day makes. Okay, let's just close your eyes. Kevin Lee goes out and gets rid of Barboza and grabs a microphone. I mean, Kevin Lee can create some magic that other guys can't. He can. Gaethje was on track. They brought him over. He was undefeated 16-0. They brought him over to make a run at the title. So to get him right back on track, and as fun as he is, should he be able to beat Poirier, then you got Poirier, who everybody just likes. He's just a good dude on top of being a hammer. People would like to see it. People would get behind that just because of who he is as a guy and go, hey, I really want to see him get his shot. I mean, yeah, you got conversations all over the place. I would hope that Tony Ferguson could make it back very quickly. I would also hope and expect that Conor has got a little muscle behind the talk. I have always been one to defend Conor. And I have people say that to me. Chael, you're always defending Conor. But I think I come from it from a good place, which is, yeah, Conor talks the talk, but he makes that walk every goddamn time, with no exception. He makes that walk. Short notice, no notice, change the opponent, bring Chad Mendes in. This guy, I mean, those are some hard things, and he does not blink. I think he deserves a lot of credit for that. That's been changing lately. Now he's still pounding his chest, but he's not signing contracts. And I can't tell you why. I don't know. He had changed. I can only take him at his word. And his word at one point was, well, I want to fight Floyd. And then another point was, hey, I need a little break. Dee's pregnant. Turned out his little boy was brought in and said, I want a break for that. So, but with those things behind us, he has now not offered a reason. It just appears he's unwilling to come to the table. So then people are left to draw conclusions such as, well, he doesn't like the matchup. He doesn't like Khabib. Could be true, could be not. I don't know. But he really hasn't spoke out much about it. He just threw a dolly at a bus. I'm not left with much. I'm not left with much information.
With Khabib on the bus, though.
Yeah, with Khabib on the bus, so sure. Yeah, he went and created about $5 million worth of media there. Sadly, but I mean that is the pot of gold at the end of this rainbow here, right? Or at the end of the storm. It does turn into, we got a pretty good commercial there. That is the cold, hard reality. But now's just not the time. PR-wise, you got to put a little bit more space in between it. It's a really bad thing, and you don't want to bring that on into the... But what I'm saying is still true. Yeah, you're going to use that. Of course you're going to use that footage. Of course you're going to build a fight, as long as you can get Conor to come to the table. Khabib had leaked. They were at a press conference, and Dana kind of even made a face like, hey, you just broke some news I wasn't ready to break. But Khabib had said that the UFC is going to Moscow September 30th. If I'm wrong on that day, I'm close. September something. And so then the media all turns to Dana and goes, what? And Dana just goes, yeah, whatever Khabib just said. You know, he didn't deny, say, yeah, okay, now it's out. But the relevance, there is a relevance there that if Conor is in some red tape, in terms of getting back into this country, a fight in Russia would, right? I mean, it would make some sense. Can you get Conor to the table? I don't know. I think so. He's back in the gym and training. He's damn good. I mean, everybody loves to say Khabib would kick his ass. I tend to think Khabib would beat him too. One's got nothing to do with the other. Aldo was supposed to kick his ass. I thought Eddie was going to kick his ass. Nate did kick his ass. Floyd did kick it. One's got nothing to do with the other with Conor. He's got balls, man. He does. He's not going to. I just don't buy that. I don't think he's going to back down. If the date matches up and the contract matches up, I think he makes that walk.